Hello everyone! Welcome to a new video in which I'll be explaining how to prevent this from happening to you. What's about to happen to us is picking up a netherite sword and seeing that it's incredibly expensive to repair. Okay, super expensive. Well, this basically happens because we repair the tools too much. So, for example, let's take a netherite tool. Alright, I'm going to take it and, for instance, go to this zombie and use my netherite tool to kill the zombie. Now, if I go and repair my netherite tool, it's going to cost me 1 experience point. But if I do the same thing again and keep repeating this process over time, instead of 1 experience point, it's going to ask me for 2. And this keeps going until it becomes so expensive that the game no longer wants to accept my experience points. Okay, so how can we prevent this, especially when it comes to repairing tools? Rather than repairing tools for enchanting, here's what usually happens. What typically happens is that now, if I'm going to get creative, what we usually end up doing is collecting swords. Okay, let's look for netherite swords. We start gathering swords, and what happens with the swords we collect is that we keep enchanting them. Perfect. This sword is very good. This sword is excellent. And we start amassing swords and swords and swords unnecessarily. For example, this one has sharpness 3, and I combine it with this other sharpness 3 sword. Now I have a sharpness 4, but now I have to combine another 2 sharpness 3 swords to get a sharpness 4, and combine them to have sharpness 5. We start collecting too many swords, and that's why it tells us it's too expensive, because we've done too many combinations, right? So how can we have all the enchantments on a single sword? Well, the trick is that instead of enchanting swords, you enchant books and have your own library within Minecraft. This may sound tedious, but I recommend that you have a dedicated chest area where you can store the books that are most interesting or useful to you in terms of enchanting tools like armor or pickaxes. So basically what we're going to do is enchant books to the maximum level of 30, but obviously only those that interest us. For the ones that don't interest us, we'll simply use a grindstone to remove the enchantments. Then, as we acquire the books that interest us the most, such as Breaking 3, which is one of the more common enchantments, Sharpness 3, Looting 2, and so on, we'll want to hold on to those books with the intention of eventually applying them to a sword. What we'll do at the end is combine them together. So let's say we've collected a few of these desirable books. We'll take 2 of the books, combine them together at a cost of 3 experience levels, and then do the same with the rest of the books. If we want to combine enchantments in a single book, like Mending, Breaking 3, Looting 3, Sharpness 5, Fire Aspect 2, Knockback 2, and we want to put all of that together in one book and then add it to a sword, it will never come out as too expensive to enchant. So this way we can prevent our tools from becoming very costly to enchant. Once again, please avoid constantly combining Sharpness 1, Sharpness 1, Sharpness 1, because if I take Sharpness 1 books and start combining them, okay? I start combining Sharpness 1 books. I'm not sure how to do it honestly. If you start combining Sharpness 1 books, let's throw all this out and take 2 Sharpness 4 books instead. Sharpness 4, Sharpness 4. If we start combining Sharpness 1 books, what will end up happening is this. Okay, we combine level 2, level 2, level 2, and now we combine Sharpness 2, Sharpness 2, level 5. Okay, it's already asking us for 5 levels of experience. If we continue with this process, we'll end up seeing that the amount of experience they require from us is okay. No, not this. Let's keep doing it this way. Okay, Shans 1, Shans 2, Shans 2, Shans 2, Shans 3, Shans 3, and they're already asking for 10 levels. So if we now combine Shans 4 and Shans 4, they'll ask for 5 levels because these books were already Shans 4 from the start. But if we take the Shans 4 that we've obtained by mixing, they'll ask for 12 levels. And this may seem silly to you, but it's not. Agree? Because if you start mixing them one by one, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. What ends up happening is that you eventually end up putting together a Chance 4 made of 1, 1, 1, 1. You put together a Loyalty 3 made of 1, 1, 1. And in the end, it's all worth so much experience that the game won't let you pay for it. So that's basically what happens to us. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.